Good morning, team. So today we have a mobility workout. This is one of my favorite mobility exercises. So in yoga, it's called a yoga squat. Mobility, it's just a squat. But this is really good for ankle mobility, hip mobility, and it's really, really good for your low back, especially if you work from home. Let me just show you a side view here. So you don't want to be rounded like this, and you want to open your chest up, push the knees out. And then now I want you to engage your glutes, so the outside of your butt, squeeze your glutes together and relax your glutes. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. So if you cannot get down in this squat, then you're more than welcome to grab a hold of something to stabilize you until you can get down in this squat. Like this. We are going to pretend that this is some sort of pole that is very stable. So what you do is you grab a hold of that, and then you're going to lean back and open your knees up. And then one day you'll be able to get in this mobility squat. So we're still in this squatted position, pushing the knees out. Now what we're going to do is take your right arm. You're going to drop your right arm down, push your right knee out, bring your fist toward your chest, and then open all the way up. Now come back to center. We're going to do the opposite. So take your left arm, push it into your left knee, and then come all the way up for this twist here. Very good. Back to center and switch. Pushing that knee. Good. One more time here. Push, push, push. Very good. Now, still staying in this position. I know your hips might feel really tight. That's normal, and mobility will make you sweat. So what you're going to do is take your right hand, put it on your right knee. Your left elbow or arm is pushing on the other knee. Now I want you to begin to straighten that arm and push that knee open and out. Now bring it back in. And again, we're going to do 6 reps like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. 6. Very good. All right, switch sides. Push your right arm into your right knee. Left hand goes into left knee and push. Bring it in. Push. Opening up those hips. So like I said the other day, if you have any knee issues, a lot of times I find that my clients have really tight hips or really tight ankle mobility. So if you are not able to get down in this squat, you might have, quote, bad knees, but it's not the knees. It's actually your hips and your ankle mobility that's causing that issue. All right, next up, we are gonna do one more mobility exercise in this squat. So you're gonna take your fist and your other fist. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your butt up until your forehead touches your fist, and then you're going to drop all the way back down. This is really tough, guys, but it's so good for your mobility. Say you try that and you can't reach, no big deal. Do a thumbs up here, and then you're going to reach to that thumb. And if you can't do this if you cannot reach your thumbs at all, that's also not a big deal. I just want you to lift your butt and lower, okay? We're going for 6 reps here. Let's go. 1, 2. Let me show you all a side view of this. 3, 4. Good. 5. Come on, one more. 6. I know it's burning. Very good. Okay, stand all the way up here. Shake those legs out. Whew. Okay, so now making your way back to the ground, you are going to put your legs like this, flex this foot back, flex this foot. So you have a 90 degree here and a 90 degree here. From here, you want to sit up nice and straight. You can bring your hands up like this. I like to ball my fist up and hold on to it. Come all the way up and you're pushing your hips up. Say you try this and you're like, Sonny, I can't get up. That's totally fine. You can put your hands down and push your hips up. Drive through this hip. You're gonna feel a big hip open or hip flexor stretch here. and you're pushing up, drive up with your glutes. There you go. Last one. Very good. Okay, we're gonna switch. 90 degrees in the front here, 90 degrees in the back. So I still have to really work on this. My pelvis is a bit off. I broke it, so if you notice that one side you're like, oh, I was much better on the other side, that's totally fine. I find that a lot with my other clients, but do you see how this knee, it's really hard to get it down on me? So I really try to work on my stretching and my mobility, and then my knees always feel better. All right, here we go. We're going for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Okay, now we are going into what I call a frog mobility exercise. So what you're going to do is you're going to get on all fours, and then you're going to open your legs like this, and your feet are going to be about a 90-degree angle. Now, this is really, really painful when you do this, and you don't want to rock your hips forward or rock your hips way back. You want to keep those hips nice and center and in line with your knees. Now, from here, I want you to get your knees as far apart as you can. Once you reach your fullest mobility there, I want you to squeeze. We're going to go for 10 seconds. I got the time. So ready, set, and go. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep going, and relax. Ooh, there you go. Now you'll feel kind of a release there, so you can walk that knee out a little bit. So I got about an inch there, okay? So we're gonna do this again. Ready, set, and squeeze, squeeze your thighs. Keep going, you got it. 3, 2, and relax. Very, very good. All right, walk that knee out more if you can. You can see how close your hips are to the ground, kind of test there. All right, get ready for the third round. Ready, set, and go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 10 seconds, you got it. 3, 2, and relax. Very good. Come all the way up. Just know that it's very normal to want to lay here like this just for a second while you let those thighs relax a bit. The next thing we're going to work on is ankle mobility. So step your right leg forward and your left leg's gonna go back. Now you're gonna feel a big hip opener here on your left side. But what I want you to do is bring that foot back and then see how my heel's up? So that means it's too far back for me. So get your heel in the position, or your foot in a position where your heel can be on the ground and your toes can be on the ground. And then you're going to push forward, and then you're gonna feel a big stretch back here on your ankle, in the back and in the front. We're holding this one for about 30 seconds. And right here, I'm just kind of like rotating my hips because I'm finding where my ankle is really tight and where it needs the most work. And I'm pushing, like I'm actually actively pushing into this stretch. This is what mobility is. So it's working on the movement within the joints. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. All right, so we're getting in this position here. Kind of I'm listening to my body, and my hip needs to stretch here for a second before I start this mobility. So now bring your foot back and then pushing forward. There you go. So the key difference between stretching and mobility is stretching is the ability of the muscle to move passively through the range of motion, but mobility is the ability of the joint to move actively through a range of motion. So now we're focusing on joints when we do mobility. Very good. Okay, let your body relax here. Grab a drink of water if you need it. But not least, we're going to work on shoulder mobility. So everyone, I hope everyone has a broomstick or a mop stick at home. Just take the little broom part off. Or you can use a PVC pipe. So we're gonna do a standing mobility or shoulder mobility, and then we will do a laying one, and then we'll be finished for the day. So what you're going to do is you're going to go super wide in the beginning because a lot of people can feel really, really tight here. So super wide, engage your core, go all the way up and then behind you. Now, this is really easy for me. So what I'm going to do is walk my hands in about an inch. So you want to keep your arms nice and straight. So I'll show you a back view of this. So all the way up and back. Inhale and exhale through it. Now that's still pretty easy for me. And you want to bring your shoulders up so it's almost like you're bringing your joints out of socket, and then go all the way back. Big stretch there. We're gonna go 2 more here. Up and back. Last one. All right, so this is a really, really great shoulder exercise, especially if you have any shoulder issues that you're dealing with. I had an old injury years ago when I found this exercise, and it was honestly my saving grace. I had a lot of scar tissue build up. My shoulder was super far forward because I dislocated my right shoulder and tore all the ligaments and tendons. So years later, I read a book. I'll link that book below. But I read a really great book on how to fix that, and this has been the best thing for me, this type of shoulder mobility. Also, other thing is if you work from home, which a lot of people are working from home now, this is gonna help your shoulders a ton because we're always, rounded or sitting at a desk or sitting down on your phone, anything like that. Okay, so last exercise today, you're going to lay on your belly, forehead on the ground, and then we're going to go all the way back and over. We're going to do this 10 times. Five more. 6. 7. 8. 9 and 10. Very good job. Thank you for joining me in this mobility routine. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you, and I will see you tomorrow.